Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel. What an incredible, sensational, dramatic roller coaster day as a Chelsea fan it has been today. This is your third GBFC video. We have been through the washing machine, the tumble dryer. We've been through everything today. We have had anger, frustration this morning, followed by ecstasy that is kind of short-lived ecstasy still because we still haven't signed Moises Caicedo yet. And then I thought within this video, there's so many other things that we need to talk about that aren't just Caicedo, but yet there's still Caicedo updates. It's just been an amazing day. So if you're not yet subscribed to GBFC and you've enjoyed any of the content that you've seen, or indeed this video, make sure you subscribe. And you know what, why not? We're here, we've been posting loads of content. If you do enjoy it, please hit the like button on the video to let me know. We are going to talk about the updates in this Caicedo deal because for something that chops and changes, twists and turns as frequently as it does, and because I'm uploading all these videos, we may as well talk about the developments, what the developments mean. And the big one this evening is that Paul Winstanley is no longer working on this deal for Chelsea because the big dogs have stepped in. Todd Boehly and Behdad Eghbali have taken over the negotiations for Chelsea with Brighton, let's say, because we want to get this deal done as a result of Chelsea trying their best to seal the deal for Moises Caicedo. The Tyler Adams move from Leeds United has collapsed, which if you're Tyler Adams, you're probably feeling worse than many footballers right now. You're about to sign, you just got relegated with Leeds, by the way, just for a start. All of a sudden, things are on the up a little bit. Chelsea Football Club are banging on the door. Ever so slightly more attractive prospect than Leeds United, if I must say so myself. And then all of a sudden, Moises Caicedo looks like he's going to Liverpool. Tyler Adams is rubbing his hands together here. And he's thinking, well, maybe with Chelsea not signing a DM, am I coming to Chelsea to be a starting defensive midfielder? No, you're not, mate. Tyler Adams' deal currently off after Chelsea decision to bid again for Moises Caicedo, as Sky Sports chef earlier called. Chelsea are prepared to leave talks for Adams despite medical tests already done. Documents were not yet signed. The nuanced details in all of these deals, you've got Caicedo. Brighton accept Liverpool's bid for Moises Caicedo. They tell us the highest bidder will get the player. Caicedo keeps quiet on the agreement with Liverpool, doesn't sign anything. Personal terms were never agreed. We are learning so much within this saga and all the subsidiaries of this saga, such as Tyler Adams. Would Tyler Adams have signing for Chelsea if all of those documents were done despite medicals being completed? If Tyler Adams signs those documents, Chelsea hand them over, everything goes through, does that mean we didn't get Caicedo if that would have happened? And as a result of it not happening, Chelsea have saved themselves 20 million extra, which is the gap between what we offered Brighton before and what we're going to have to offer Brighton now. Brighton are probably going to want to look to accept, if it's not the exact fee that Liverpool offered, it's got to be more. It's not going to be less. Or Chelsea have been rumoured to be thinking about potential ways to try and include players in the deal. This hasn't worked before. Brighton have said they're not really interested. They wanted Levi Colwill. They didn't get him. Brighton have asked for the money. And I just hope, right, that there isn't another twist in this saga. Because if there is, I don't, first of all, think my brain is going to be able to comprehend it. I don't think I've got the energy. Well, I actually do. That's the truth. I genuinely do have the energy for it because I'm just flipping, loving, looking at all of this stuff. It is literally box office, Hollywood FC right now. But if you're Tyler Adams, you are absolutely gutted. But on the flip side of this, as a result of Chelsea being adamant that we're going to go and get Caicedo in now, Caicedo wants the move. As a result of this, Brighton have reached out to Leeds United to try and sign Tyler Adams. Tyler Adams at 20 million. Whoever signs him is getting a really good player here. The key point in all of this has always been every team at the top of the Premier League wanted or wants Caicedo. Arsenal wanted him in January. Chelsea wanted him now. Liverpool wanted him. There's not really any need for Man City, but Man United would also be interested if they had 100 million lying around to spend, which they don't because they didn't get taken over by the Qataris. So, as a result of this, Caicedo is the in-demand player. There's not, as much as it might be too expensive, it isn't really a surprise when you look at the way the Premier League is going, and I'll talk about this a lot more if and when Caicedo is confirmed, and I say that at the moment through like gritted teeth, but the DM position, a top quality, world-class one, is a transformative signing for whoever gets him, especially when it comes to the quality that Caicedo brings. A progressive defensive midfielder looking to get the ball forward and himself forward at any opportunity, willing to put in the dogged, dirty work, but also as a self-proclaimed fan of both Kante, Paul Pogba, Caicedo is actually, when you look at his game, a brilliant mixture of both of those players. He does like to get himself forward, driving with the ball, but he's got that tenacity, that terrier, warrior-like spirit that N'Golo Kante showcased on many an occasion in a Chelsea shirt. And I think if he does come, we're absolutely blessed. Tyler Adams going the other way to Brighton. I think it's kind of like maybe a coming-of-age moment for both clubs here to really remember who we really are. Chelsea, back looking to compete, not just for the top four. Caicedo puts us in the conversation if we can get a few more players in, which we're going to talk about in a moment. If we can get a few more players in going forward, because I think we need it. We're looking a bit weak going forward. But this sorts out the midfield beyond any of our wildest dreams. Caicedo and Enzo as midfield partners with the brilliance of Andre Santos, Chukwuemeka coming through. Gallagher maybe if he stays, but it's looking unlikely. We'll talk about him in a bit. Chelsea are bloody set here. And Tyler Adams going to Brighton, that's about the kind of player, maybe at this stage in their growth, development, that they should be looking at. They can also develop him into someone that, who knows, in a year's time, Tyler Adams might be going to Man United for 50 million. Liverpool for 70 million. Who bloody knows anymore with Brighton? You wouldn't be surprised at absolutely anything. So, as it stands, we are simply waiting for the Chelsea bid. What is it going to look like? But it's Boehly and Eghbali. These two now are in the front. Brighton are in the firing line here. And when you look, just like Rui Costa did at Benfica, you look across the table and you've got big Toddinston McGee, and then you've got Behdad himself just staring at you. You're just frightened. You are petrified. You're looking at me like, we give up. We surrender. You can have him. Do what you like. Go away. Roberto De Zerbi has also given up in this saga. De Zerbi knows Caicedo isn't going to stay. In his press conference before Brighton's opening game against Luton, Roberto De Zerbi is talking, and you wouldn't be surprised if Caicedo had gone and cheated on De Zerbi's wife with him or whatever, you know? Because the way it sounded, it's as if he's committed a criminal sin to want to move to Chelsea Football Club. He's forgotten about him already. He don't want to know him. He never wants to see his bloody face again. Oh, you feel for him. It's been salty from me earlier today. It's now salty from Liverpool fans. It's a little bit salty from Brighton fans, maybe Brighton manager as well. That's just the nature of the beast, you know? And I do sound arrogant because right now, even though nothing's happened, at the time of recording this video at 5 p.m. on Friday, Chelsea are kind of in the driving seat here. But we are also not just in the driving seat for a deal for Moises Caicedo. We are also very firmly in the driving seat to sign Michael Olise from Crystal Palace. This is from Simon Phillips through Paul Joyce and Tom Roddy. Chelsea are aiming to complete a deal for Crystal Palace attacking midfielder Michael Olise and are exploring other more experienced forwards. This is very interesting indeed because when you look at that forward line, my Chelsea-Liverpool preview is coming out tomorrow at some point, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be an absolute belter of an opening game preview. When you look through the Chelsea squad, there is serious lack of depth in forward areas, particularly in the striking position with only Jackson available, Mason Burstow available, but Nkunku is out till January. That is other news that we have hit today, but there's been so much else going on. that we've kind of let that one go, but we can't let that one go. Christopher Nkunku not being available for Chelsea until January. He's got a 16-week rehabilitation period now. So we are looking thin in the forward areas. If there is an injury to Nicholas Jackson, Chelsea do not have a fit recognised striker at the club. Michael Olise is also going to be out until October. So in terms of filling that immediate potential void, Olise doesn't really do a lot, but Olise is a phenomenal signing for Chelsea Football Club. And if at the end of today, Michael Olise, Moises Caicedo are the players, when you think about how today started, if it looks at the end of this day like Chelsea are going to agree a deal for Caicedo and Olise, what an incredible day this has been in our recent history. Massive. Olise, we've talked about him a lot here on the channel. Very exciting player. Can play out wide, can also play through the middle, potentially in a Pochettino system, as a number 10. We're going to see how this one develops, but the news has been coming out. And, you know, if Paul Winstanley is no longer going to be working on these top target priority deals for Chelsea this summer, I don't know what that says. It says a lot about the owners and their willingness to do what they said, put 100% time, effort, dedication into making sure Chelsea are still winning things where we belong. We've heard Pochettino talk a lot about this recently. When these two come in, they do mean business, all jokes aside from a couple of minutes ago. So Paul Winstanley is going to be very interesting to see after all is said and done with these transfer dealings, when the balls start being kicked in the Premier League. What happens to Paul Winstanley? We have already seen Christopher Vivell leave the club. Is that got something to do with the fact that there's just some kind of incoherence with this new sporting team that Chelsea have put together, to the point where the owners have to come in again and get everyone's work done for them? It's something that we're going to have to hear more about, and I don't think we'll hear anything until all of these deals are closed off in one way or another, whether it's positive for Chelsea or we don't get the players. At the moment, it's looking pretty good, I'm going to say, on both fronts with Olise and Moises Caicedo. You guys know I live in Bali, so a lot of the stuff that happened yesterday, it was lucky I woke up this morning, straight away, banged the video out. I came back early from my little holiday because I just had a feeling there was something happening. And like I said in the previous video, if you want to see my reaction to Moises Caicedo saying he doesn't want to go to Liverpool and he only wants Chelsea, you guys know how much that means. To hear a player of that quality saying he only wants to be at Chelsea, not a rival. Liverpool is a brilliant, brilliant project for someone like Caicedo to go into. Perfectly fits into their team. But wow, what a U-turn. And I don't even know if it's a U-turn at this point. We're going around in bloody circles, and I just hope that we can get these deals done as soon as possible. Thank you guys for watching this news video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit the like button. If you want to see any of the other crazy emotional roller coaster videos that we've made today, leave the links in the top of the description on a card on the screen. And hopefully, the next time I see you, Moises Caicedo is a Chelsea player. Come on, you Blues.